Welcome to SwiftRelay, Amazon Relay Load Board Autobooker. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use your SwiftRelay to get the best results. So first of all, what are the refresh and the randomizer features? The refresh is the number of times you want your load board to be refreshed at a certain period of time. So for example, if I wanted to have my load board to be refreshed once per second, and in SwiftRelay, it is indicated in milliseconds. So there are 1000 milliseconds in 1 second. So I'd put 1000 milliseconds here. So if I hit start, it would start refreshing at every 1000th millisecond. So it would work like a clock or a robot. So it would refresh at 1000, 1000, 1000, 1000 millisecond. But what is a randomizer? The randomizer feature randomly slows down and speed up your refresh rate, or giving it a almost like mimicking your human dispatcher's refresh pattern. So for example, if I put 1000 here, every time it refreshes, the randomizer is going to pick a number randomly between 1 and 1000 and add it to the next refresh. So if I hit start, it would work as 1000, 1500, 1828, 1002, 1900, so on and so forth. So as if it is being refreshed by a human, and your human operator reads the load for extra milliseconds and then refresh again, and then reads the load and refresh again. So I suggest you use both of the features together. Now, what is a payout and a pay rate? Self-explanatory. Your payout is your total gross payout here on your load board, and this is your per mile rate. So for SwiftRelay to start working, you need to have some sort of a payout here. If I hit start, it's not going to start because it needs some sort of a payout. What is your minimum payout that you are willing to pick up? So let's say for this presentation, we're going to say 1000. Now, if I hit start, it will start working because the pay rate is not important for SwiftRelay to start working. But my suggestion is use a pay rate, per mile rate as well. Why? Because you don't want to book a load that is, let's say, $5,000, yet it pays 30 cents a mile. You don't want that. So what is your minimum rate that you're willing to run? So let's say 1.5, so $1.50, for example, for this presentation. Now, the number of stops is the number of pickups and drop-offs. So if you look at your load board here, as you see, this one is 2 stops, so it's a pickup and a drop-off. This one is 3, this one is 5. So in your SwiftRelay, you want to indicate the number of stops that you're willing to have in this run. So for this presentation, let's say 3. So what happens is the SwiftRelay is not going to pick this load because it has 5 stops. It's going to try to get this, or the 3 stops. So it is up to 3 stops. Now, what is a range? The range is a time range. So I suggest always use at least the minimum. Don't worry about the maximum, but I would say start with the minimum, because you want your SwiftRelay to pick the best load, the best fitting load, but you want to get to that load if you win that load, right? So for example, if I don't use anything here and I hit start, and then there is a $5,000 a load or the payout, but your pickup is in 10 minutes. Your truck is 40 minutes away or 30 minutes away. You're not going to get there. So you're going to get a strike against your record. So if your truck is 20 minutes, 25 minutes away from this particular pickup area, then I'd say put 30. So 30 minutes is the first pickup time. So you're giving yourself 30 minutes to get there if you win a load. So your SwiftRelay is going to look for the loads that are at least 30 minutes to get to. Now, the exclude is the state exclusion. So it doesn't mean that you're not going to drive this through the states, but it says basically, I don't want to pick up from, in this case, New Jersey, for example. I don't want to pick up or drop off in New Jersey. So if any of these loads are in New Jersey, the pickup or a drop off, you're not going to get that load because you don't want to get to New Jersey to pick up or drop off. So the last feature is Autobooker. Autobooker on means that as soon as I hit start, and if there is a load that fits all this criteria, it is going to autobook right away. Now, my suggestion is start without the Autobooker on. So you want to see if it is going to highlight the loads that you thought you would want to get. So let's start. So as you see, it refreshed once, and now it is suggesting us that there is the best looking load is right here. As you see here, you asked for $1,000 payout, but again, that is a minimum, or at least $1,000. So SwiftRelay is going to try to get 1,000 or anything that is above. So if at any given moment, at that very moment, there is another load with 3,633 payout, and the rate, as you see, it's a higher rate than what we asked for, SwiftRelay would have autobooked. But we're not using the Autobooker, we're using it as I call it the highlighter. So right now it tells you, look, there is this load. Do you want to book it by hand? So as you see, here is a book and here's an accept. What is the difference between two? If I were to try to book just this one load, right? So if I hit that, as you see, I'll have to confirm it. And every time I do that, I'm losing time. Competition is steep. So you don't want to lose time. You don't want to confirm the load that you already want to book, right? So this one, if I say accept, it's gone. I accepted it right away. It goes to my trip, and then I get that. But as you see, if I couldn't get that load, or if I didn't like that, still, SwiftRelay is suggesting you two other loads that are kind of close to what you're looking for. Right? So if I couldn't get that one, I might still have a chance with this one or the next one. Right? So this is when you use your SwiftRelay without the Autobooker on. So let's say for this presentation, we're going to use the Autobooker, but this time we want to book a load that is, say, 1,500 and hit start. So you don't see that. You don't see the highlight here. Why? Because it already booked it. It already found the load that is similar to what you're looking for, and maybe at a higher rate and higher pay rate and higher payout, and it already booked it. So you can go to your trips and see it, and then go from there. So this is our SwiftRelay. If you have any questions, visit us at www.swiftrelay.io and or send us an email. And good luck.